It's Wednesday, June 16th, 2021. I'm in the lobby of the Peabody Hotel at Memphis, Tennessee. Famous for the Duck March at 10:45 a.m., which is about 10:45 a.m. 5 ducks will march out of the elevator down the red carpet to their fountain and then march back to their rooftop penthouse at 5 p.m. tonight. Here's the fountain they'll march to. This is world famous. It's been happening since the 1930s when the general manager started it.
First, I got to move the carpet, the stairs out the way so nobody trips over it. But then, what I would do is I would make you all over there by the fountain. And then we'll split you up into 2 teams, and then we'll feed the ducks together, okay? Sound good? You think you can handle that, man? You think you can do it? Man, I know you can do it.
Here's the bar at the Peabody. The two things Memphis is most famous for is this Duck March. It's been happening since the 1930s in Graceland, Elvis Presley, Graceland. People come from all over the world to watch this Duck March at the Peabody Hotel.
The reason that I say that is that once I go upstairs and go get the ducks, you hear that overhead music start, overhead recording, have your cameras ready. So I want to make sure that you all get ducks coming out of this elevator versus the feathery blunt. Alright? Now, perfect. I think we're about ready to get started. But first, I got to see which side of this crowd has the most energy. I know it's the morning, but we got to start this day off right. So, is everybody over here ready to get started?
Yeah!
What about over here?
Yeah!
This side might have y'all. I don't know. Let's see. Y'all ready over here?
Yeah!
Okay. What about over here?
Yeah!
Okay, let's see. What about you? Are you ready? Okay, I was going to wait till you were ready. Now we'll start. All right?
Guys, when the ceremony starts, you got to have a seat.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Hey, Nashville. Hey, Nashville, what's going on? Steve Walker, Dr. Master Steve Walker here. Peabody, Memphis, Peabody Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, I know it's only about 3 hours away here in Nashville. A little bit too far to mark the ducks to you, but hopefully this video will smile on your face.
Oh, I can't get it. Just a march only? Oh.
If you want to stand, you can stand behind the stanchions right here. So you got
Where's the stanchions?
Right there. You need to stand behind there. Yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Good morning once again, everybody. How are we all feeling on this beautiful morning? That's alright. I know it's still early. I know some of us haven't had our coffee yet, but I'm willing to bet that somebody here is celebrating a birthday. I bet someone here is celebrating an anniversary. But I do know for a fact that we are all celebrating another day of this gift called life. So once again, how are we all feeling on this beautiful morning?
Yay!
Yes, so that is what I'm talking about. Good morning and welcome. the South's Grand Hotel, where the world famous ducks march from the rooftop down to the lobby and back every single day. And once again, my name is Keenan Walker. I am the duck master here at the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee, and I have the honor and the pleasure of marching the ducks for you all this morning. But before I do, let me take you all on a journey. Now, keep in mind, this particular journey starts all the way back in 1869, when a man by the name of Colonel Robert Brinkley realized his lifelong dream of opening a state-of-the-art hotel. But it was only 2 blocks away from here, over on Main and Monroe, and it was called the Brinkley House. Now, this place was to set the standard for luxury and cuisine in the South. But unfortunately, right around the time that they were opening the doors to that facility, Colonel Brinkley's good friend and his investor, Mr. George Peabody, passed away over in London, England. So that prompted a name change. A name change from the Brinkley House to the Peabody Hotel. Now keep in mind, they remained at that original location for 55 years, hosting such dignitaries as President McKinley and Theodore Roosevelt. But then on September the 1st, 1925, the doors of this beautiful expansion building opened right here, in the same location where we're all standing and sitting, for the cost of $5 million and 2 years construction. But don't think that's the entire history of the Peabody Hotel. Not even close. Everybody sitting here in the lobby area, whenever you get a chance, make sure that you take a trip up to the mezzanine level and visit our memorabilia room. Now inside that room, you're going to find a collection of pictures and items and memos from the last 2 decades. Now, one of my personal favorite pieces of information inside of the memorabilia room is a framed letter. It was a framed letter from the general manager at that time, a man by the name of Gary Bell, a letter from him to the executive chef of Chez Philippe, our French restaurant, who was in the process of updating his menu. And basically, that letter says that even though you serve French cuisine inside of your restaurant, there better not be any duck anywhere on any menu inside the Peabody Hotel. Now, keep in mind the combination between ducks and the Peabody, it goes back a long time. Matter of fact, it goes all the way back to 1933, when the general manager at that time, a man by the name of Frank Shutt, he and a good friend of his named Chip Barwick, these 2 gentlemen decided to go on a duck hunt over in Arkansas in the middle of winter along the icy cold waters of the Mississippi River. Now, like I mentioned, it was winter time. So these 2 men knew that they were going to need to try to find a creative way to stay warm while they were out there. So they decided to take another colleague along with them to help them to stay warm in the cold. A colleague by the name of Jack Daniels. Now some of y'all know Jack. Otherwise known as fine Tennessee sipping whiskey. Now these 2 men knew they were going to need some liquid encouragement to stay warm while they were out there. But as the day went on, these 2 gentlemen had maybe just a bit too much encouragement. Right? They decided that as a practical joke that it would be funny to bring back the live duck decoy that they were using, which was legal in Arkansas back then. They thought it would be a funny idea to bring those live duck decoys back here to the Peabody Hotel and set them loose inside of this lobby fountain. So that's exactly what they did. Well, they laughed it off and went back up to their rooms for the evening. Well, upon waking up that next morning, Frank Shutt was a little bit alarmed at the chaos he might have caused that previous day with that misdeed. He was the general manager, after all. So he rushed to the elevator and he came downstairs. Now he was expecting to find ducks all over this lobby. But when he got down here, he was surprised to find 2 things. Number 1, the ducks were still right here in this fountain. They hadn't gone anywhere. And Number two, they started to attract visitors. People just like all of you. People were absolutely amazed to see live animals frolicking inside the lobby fountain of an establishment as fine as the Peabody. Then in 1940, the Peabody Hotel hired a gentleman by the name of Edward Pembroke to be a bellman. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you all will, let's send some love out to all of our outstanding bellmen. Thank you. But keep in mind that Mr. Pembroke, he was more than just a bellman. He was a brilliant, brilliant man. Just so happened that earlier in his life, Mr. Edward Pembroke at one time had been a trainer for the Ringling Brothers in Barnum and Bailey circuits. So upon being hired, he told management, he said, hey, look. I got an idea. If you let me, I will take a group of North American mallard ducks, 1 male and 4 females. Instead of those 3 English call ducks you just have swimming around in that fountain down there. He said, I'll train them. I will train those ducks myself. I will first train those ducks to sleep upstairs on the rooftop inside of a duck palace. Then I will train those ducks to march from that duck palace across the rooftop to the door. Then I'll train them to march inside of the door all the way to the elevator. And then together, we will get on that elevator and we will ride all the way downstairs to the lobby. And when those doors open, I will train those ducks to march up a red carpet all the way to the lobby fountain every single morning at 11 o'clock. And then at 5 o'clock, I'll train the ducks to get back outside of the fountain. I'll march them back up that red carpet, we'll get back on the elevator. We'll ride back up to the rooftop where I will train the ducks to march back across the roof to get back into the duck palace where it will sleep for the rest of the night. Well, management was looking at Mr. Pembroke like, okay, if you really think you can actually train those ducks to do all of that, then let's try it out. Let's see how you pull that off. Let's see how you make that happen. Mr. Pembroke marched the ducks here at the Peabody Hotel for the next 51 years. 51 years he marched ducks here at the Peabody. And in doing so, he became a goodwill ambassador for the Peabody Hotel and the entire city of Memphis. He even appeared on television shows. Television shows such as The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and the Sesame Street program, where he and his ducks helped to celebrate National Rubber Ducky Day. They appeared in magazines as well. Magazines such as People Magazine and even the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition. But don't worry, the ducks only showed a little leg. Now, if I was somebody like Mr. Pembroke and I was able to accomplish all that he did, I don't know. I might consider myself to be a master at what it was I pulled off. Wouldn't you all? Well, management thought the exact same thing. They bestowed upon Mr. Edward Pembroke the title of the world's first duck master here at the Peabody Hotel. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Pembroke is no longer here with us. I do know that his spirit is smiling and shining brightly on our ceremony here in the lobby this morning. Now, there is a picture of Mr. Pembroke and his ducks right over by the ballet. Make sure you stop by. I go take pictures with you. Pay your respects on the way outside the hotel. Now, that was the history of the Peabody Hotel and the legend of how the Duck March came to be. The only thing left for me to do is to march up this red carpet, go upstairs and retrieve our team of 5 feathered friends. And when those doors open, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you all will witness the march of the world famous Peabody Ducks. Thank you so much, everybody.
Hey. Yeah, he was good, wasn't he?
All right. Thank you, brother.
Now 11:01 a.m., so the 5 ducks should be marching down the red carpet any second. And the elevator door is opening.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and your attention please. Welcome to the historic Peabody Hotel. At the center of the grand lobby, the point where the Mississippi Delta has been said to begin, stands the classic Peabody fountain, carved from one piece of Italian travertine marble. Although famous in its own right, the fountain is better known the world over because of its residents. If I may direct your attention to the elevators, you will witness a tradition begun in 1930 at the South's Grand Hotel, an experience uniquely yours as a guest of the Peabody. Having just left their penthouse on the roof to join you, ladies and gentlemen, the march of the world-famous Peabody Ducks.
Here come the ducks, the world famous ducks.
Let's take a lap around the fountain and say hello to all of the ladies and gentlemen coming to the party. All of the boys and girls by the red carpet. All of our first-time visitors and all of our returning visitors.
a few children here. And it is 11:06 a.m. Wednesday, June 16th, 2021 at the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee. We've just observed the march of the world famous 5 ducks here, over and out.